All right, you clicked on this video to save you some money, and hopefully we can do just that for you.
So it's the perfect time of year. It is coming up for Black Friday sales, and we thought what we'd do is take you through some products that we use on an ongoing basis, that we trust, we believe they're really good value, and we think that they are a great option if you're looking at either building a caravan or you're looking to upgrade your current van.
And you'll find some more products on this website as we go through, but we're going to show you 5 that we use in particular. But like I said, and there may even be more. All right, the first one, guys, is the Boss jockey wheel. We've used this on this van now for over 12 months. We've also used it on a previous van, and it is a great addition. We have used the powered one, and we found that the button can be a bit tricky. I don't know if it's watertight or what, but that's just what we've experienced with it. But we use the Boss jockey wheel, and it's sort of like a mechanical sort of style jockey wheel where you get a bit and you use a drill. And actually, you know what? We'll get it out for you. So you get this bit with it. And then up, down. That's as simple as it is. Now, you do get a little Boss cover that comes with it. You get the leg here, and you can also get a wheel. So if you wanted to move and maneuver something around, I mean, these vans are pretty heavy, but if you're on concrete or something, you can get a wheel. So it acts like like an old school sort of jockey wheel where you can maneuver things around. So I'd say that is my top pick for an accessory for a caravan. Apparently this can lift about 1.8 ton. So, you know, our ball weight's, I don't know, roughly 380 to 400. So that does it easy. And also, I'll add in a little extra here. Boss also do stabilizing legs for your caravan, and they can lift 1.8 ton per leg. So you can almost get your airbags to level, and you can use the stabilizing legs to actually get that last little bit and stabilize your caravan. So that's another addition, and you can also find it on this website. All right, next up, great little upgraded addition is the Targe Caravan Pack. Well, I know it as the Caravan Pack. This bag it comes in is amazing. We've had this pack now for over 15 months now, I think it was. And we store all of our sort of awning gear in it, but it's not about the bag. It's actually about the Targe awning straps that we've actually, well, I've witnessed at least. We were involved in a little bit of a stunt for Targe last year when we got our caravan. We were up and around the area, and someone reached out and it all lined up, and they used this brand new caravan at the time. They used these straps. You can head over to the Targe Instagram page if you really want to see it. And they had a helicopter not far from our caravan showing how strong this Targe equipment is. And this awning was flapping away and no damage because of these. But anyway, we're going to set this up quickly, and then I'm going to just run through you and show you the Targe pack. You may have heard about it before or you haven't, and yeah, we'll jump in and we'll show you how to do it. All right, so that's as easy as it is. So you just strap it around the awning, drop in your sort of anchors. But what's nice about this is you just tension it up nice and tight, and it's like works on a ball bearing system. And then there's a nice little bag here that can just nicely tuck everything away, and that's it. And then having them being orange, you can see, well, everyone trips over a pole or a guard rope or something around a caravan site, so they're orange to try and stop that. And that's as easy as it is. And then when I witnessed that helicopter stunt, this is all elastic, so there's a little bit of give in that. And what that does is allows the awning just to move that little bit. It's not, you know, it's not sort of tied straight down. And I believe having that little bit of movement really does help, than rather just a ratchet strap straight down where there's no movement. Having that little bit of movement is great. Look at that. I can even tighten that up even more now. See? Look at that. All right, if you're looking to upgrade your tow hitch, make your ride better, then yeah, shocker hitch. Now, we did a little bit of a little segment in one of our episodes, I think 2 weeks ago, about it. When I've got back, I've tweaked this even more, that the ride is so much better, isn't it?
Much, much smoother.
So I'll run that airbag at 35 psi now, and I've got a ball weight of about 380 to 400, fully loaded. As we use the water, that will decrease. And I found that is now super, super comfortable. And that's just being honest. This is like, you get the Gen Y hitch as well. We ran the Gen Y hitch and then we changed over to the shocker hitch, thanks to some people, giving us a bit of guidance in it. And I thought, I'm going to try it. And I got to say, now that I've tweaked it, it's even got better. I can't rave about it actually even more. The shocker hitch, the advantage about this is if you tow in several different loads, you can adjust the airbag to suit your sort of towing, where others may not offer that. You just have to, you can blow up the airbag here. Look at this.
The nipple.
And take the nipple off. This is the 8-hole one. So I can shift this up and down. I'll run the riser because of the Caravan is much higher than my car. So I've got it riding perfectly level now with the riser, which is great, but I can move this up and down. Now, getting the boat on and off, that was my only concern, but thanks to Roman in the Ram, created this little part that you can take this off, slot that in, and I can put my boat, the H part I call it, the bracket, so I can get the boat on and off. Yeah, I bought it through them. I can't remember how much it was, $150 I think it was, something. And I got that attachment now to do a boat load. I couldn't find that attachment anywhere. So yes, if you're running a boat and you're worried about that, you can reach out to Roman in the Ram. He makes them. So yeah, I think that's pretty cool. But yeah, I think that's a great addition to the towing, especially these bigger, heavier vans. You need to have some sort of like suspension sort of hitch. I know there's a couple of other ones out there, but this, for the price, I think this is a great addition. All right, guys, here is a fairly new product to the market. We think it's a game changer. It is a product from It is super fast charging USB-C and USB-A ports, 85 watts max. So USB-C 65 watts and USB-A 20 watts. So they are capable of charging obviously your phone, laptops. Check that for your wattage on your laptop, iPads, drones, stuff like that, and it charges it really fast. So I'm pretty sure some of you will know that when you go camping, you're grabbing something like a flashlight or your headlamp, and it's flat, and you got to charge it. Well, these charge it at a super fast rate. I mean, 65 watts on the USB-C. They do have white, and they do have black as well. So the black ones for us, obviously we've got white in our van. It's great for the canopy fit outs. So that is pretty cool, and it's a flush mount charger as well. But over here, all I needed was a Phillips screwdriver, soldering on, some heat shrink, and some side cutters. I found the fuse in our power box. Sue sat here. I pulled out one, and we managed to shut it off. I unscrewed it literally, crimped the red to red, black to black, and screwed it back up. Put heat shrink around it. I soldered the joints, put it back in. If you don't feel comfortable, you can just get a 12-volt sparky to come out and do it for you. Very simple, very effective. I've actually, look at that, you push that up. And what it also does, our old ones over here, Suze. So we had these. I don't know what the standard wattages are out of this. It says 2.1 amps or something, but they're not as fast as these ones. I just popped the cover off. These, pop one out here quickly. There's a great upgrade to your Caravan. I'll just pop one out. You can see they actually cover our existing holes. I'll just show you the black one. I haven't even opened the black one. We're going to use these in the canopy because it can charge our drone faster. And we're always using it. So that's what the black looks like. Very exactly like the white one. same scenario, flush mount. This is, yeah, great. Especially like where your kids have your iPads going. These like 65 watts on a USB-C, I believe is pretty specky. Super fast. Plug it in. Where's my phone? USB-C to USB-C. That is a pretty nifty little upgrade for your caravan and RV or 4x4. So yeah, available also on the Campera website, which we'll put all the links to all the stuff there. There's plenty more on the Campera website that you can have a look at. They don't just do these 5 products that we're talking about. But let's jump over to the last one, and that's our dunny.
So here it is. This is our new toilet. It's called a Tiny by Separate, and you'll see that the spelling of separate is slightly different. It's S-E-P-A-R-E-T-T. It's a fairly good looking dunny.
I must say.
I think she looks good.
You know?
So as you can see with this one, it sits flush up against the back wall, and it's got a little lip, so when you lift the seat up, it sits quite nicely in the back.
It does, doesn't it?
It does indeed. So the first plus, obviously it has a seat, but if we lift up the seat, we'll give you a look at the inside workings of the toilet. As Derek mentioned, fortunately this one's not in use. So you've got your seat area, and you can see you've got 2 separate compartments. You've got the compartment at the back, which is for number 2s, and you've got the one at the front, which is for number 1s. What this means, obviously, everybody has to sit down in the family if they're going for a number 1, but that's the same as the compost toilets.
This one works pretty much the same as what the Ogo did, and I think the Nature's Head, where both 1 and 2 are separated, and I think the number 1 basically works pretty much the same as all of them, where you can take the bucket out, we'll show you in a minute, and pour the number 1 against the tree, down dump point, anything like that. But the number 2 is where it comes in, where it's a bit different.
So moving on with number 2, Derek, if you want to bring that camera over here,
yes,
I'll show you what happens. So I need to get into apply pressure. So you go up over the top. So if you watch the back area, and you do need to know this in advance, because the first time I sat down I nearly had a heart attack. As soon as you apply pressure, your back opens up. Now that is obviously quite nice, because when you get off the toilet, it closes up again. There's also a fan in the back area, if I lift this up to show you.
Yeah, so it's like the Ogo as well, has a fan. So we'll get into that in a minute about retrofitting these. It can be done.
Right. So you've got your fan at the back, and what that does is it actually sucks odours out of the toilet, out to the exterior of the caravan. If we lift up this part of the toilet, that'll show you the bucket at the back. Right, so the bucket at the back, I'll show you the bags that we use and how we prepare the toilet, but essentially it's just a plastic bag. It has to be a bag that is compostable in itself, and we put in a liner. I'll tell you a little bit more about that shortly.
We'll actually get into that in a minute, because what we'll do is we'll prep this toilet for you.
We will.
And then Sue can talk about it.
Yeah, but also talking about the bucket at the front for your number 1, so that's fully removable. So you pull it out. You can see as I've pulled it out, a red light's gone on at the back. Now that red indicator will go on once this is full and needs emptying. It's a cute little briefcase size.
I think it's about 7 or 9 litres, that.
Ergonomically curved for your hip. And what you do is you've obviously got a lid on it. You've also got this that you can pop on there while you're traveling so that it doesn't splash around. You take this lid off and you literally just pour it out in a bush or against a tree or somewhere respectable, where it's not going to be offensive to any of your neighbours. When we prepare this, what we do is we empty it out, Derek will rinse it out, and then we put 5 squirts of a dishwashing liquid in it.
Just 5 short squirts.
And then we also put in around about a cup of white vinegar.
Yep.
And that's just to break down the crystals, and it helps with keeping the actual bucket itself clean. So I'll show you how easily that slots back in. So you just drop that down and jiggle it.
And then the light goes off.
The light goes off and you know you're good to go.
Now I'd also like to say, with the Ogo toilet, we had the light on the side of the toilet if it goes red, very similar to this, means the number one bucket is full. Now we struggle with ours. It would come on and you would actually only be halfway. You had to take a little screwdriver, very, very tiny flat screwdriver, and there was a little screw that you had to sort of fiddle around with. Well, what I can say about this toilet is when that light comes on, boy, you might have one.
You got one.
You got one.
It's pretty accurate.
Number one left. It is very accurate, and which is great. So let's quickly make up this the bucket so we can show you, and then we'll talk about how we get rid of it as well.
So we basically just want to remove the bucket, which just slides out like that. And then I don't want to pop it on the counter just because of hygiene.
All right, hang on, let me get a jeez.
Small things.
No, hygiene,
Kitchen counter.
Righto. So what do we got here?
So here we have got a compostable, earth-friendly bin liner. Now it has to be compostable, biodegradable, because you want it to actually break down. And what we do is we normally double bag it. So I'll use one bag just to show you. We double bag it just to be doubly sure in case there's a tear, etc. And then what we also do is I take dog puppy pads and I just cut them into smaller pieces. And I just pop that in the bottom of the bag. Now the reason for that is obviously with moisture you have condensation during the day. That just captures the condensation. People are also known to use sawdust. Sawdust is also an option. And then you literally just drop your bag into your toilet and you tuck it around the outside. There you go. Your toilet's ready to go. What did that take? 30 seconds? Yep. And I was talking. You then pick that up. I shall readjust my liner to make sure that it's correct. And you pop that back in the toilet. Oh, I put it in the wrong way. It helps if you go in the right way. There you go. You drop that down. You drop that down. Bob's your uncle. You're ready for a number two.
So guys, you can see it's a pretty simple system. There's less mechanical working parts, or what we found with the Ogo, with the turn, with that spindle that you have to turn to keep the composting
electrical as well.
Electrical as well. So there's nothing really to it. The bucket can come out. You can wash the bucket. The pea bucket comes out. You can take it, dispose of it, and you can rinse it out and clean it, let it dry, put it back in, put the bucket back in, shut the lid. Now, there's science behind this, and I don't really know. Or the short term is the number two will only smell if you mix the number one and number two together, or the number two mixes with water. That's why, hand on heart, we do not get a single smell in this caravan. I still can't believe it. Friends of ours had the tiny by separate while we had the Ogo, and they could not believe it. They called us, they said, guys, look at this, and we've tried it. No smell in the van. That's what that little fan's for. So it'll suck out any sort of smell into the exhaust outside the caravan. What we're finding in the cooler climates, like currently we're in the high country, that toilet will last 5 to 7 days, and then you grab it, it's double bagged, you open up the lid, you get a smell for about 10 seconds, and you do get to see your number two. To be honest, I don't think it's any different to a cassette toilet when you take it to a dump point. It's not a sight that everyone wants to do. The Ogo, you've got to take the bucket out, you've got to put bags around it, and you've got to flip it upside down, or you've got to somehow get that compost into the bucket. So either way, this one's actually, I think, quicker. You lift the lid, you grab the bag, you tie a knot in it, and you dispose of it. How do you dispose of it? We'll put it in the bin. Now, a lot of people are saying, how could you do that? I thought exactly the same. But you put the doggy number two in it, you put baby nappies in it. It's nothing different, and that's why we use the compost bags. Now, tiny by separate, you can actually get the proper tiny bags. They're going to come from Europe, so we just grab these ones from Coles or from Woolworths, Now, what does these cost, Sue? Hey, how much?
Yeah, a couple of dollars.
Couple of dollars. So we get asked this a lot. What size bin bags do we use in ours? It's 17 litre from Coles. The two big ones, and it just starts. You know, you got to fold it over the bucket. It just starts getting messy. If it's too small, then you're going to have other dramas. So we use a 17 litre bucket. This rolls a maybe $4 or $5. There are 20 bags, so 10. So that lasts us 6 weeks for $5. So not as bad as the compost that you use for the Ogo. The Ogo, I think you can get them for like $4 to $5.50 for the, well, what do they call those blocks, Sue?
Core peat.
Core peat. But that's every maybe 3 to 4 weeks. So slightly cheaper. Now,
the cost is minimal compared to the actual chemicals that you use in the cassette toilet as well.
Yep.
Much easier to come by as well because it's any Coles, any Woolworths that'll sell them.
Yeah, or RGA. We just make sure that we actually carry 2 rolls with us, so we don't let ourselves so when we go back to Coles, we're on our second, we'll be going on to this roll of bags. Once we get the car back and we're back at a big shop, that's the number one not number one, but it's on the shopping list, that we'll get another roll of those. So we just keep it, and then we can use them as dog bags as well for Bobby if we run out of dog bags, or we can use them as bin bags as well. That's our toilet, guys. It's nothing too much to talk about. We just find that this is now, you're moving into another direction with composting toilets where you don't have to mix a compost. And now, guys, another thing is, I do believe you can, if you're looking to retrofit one of these in your caravan, or you're building a caravan, you can jump onto Campera. Now, this is not a sponsored by any means for any of these toilets. We paid for all of these toilets, but I believe Campera are the only ones that you can actually buy these toilets from, and you can use our 5% discount code to save some money. But they also sell the Ogo toilet, so it's not for the tiny separate. If you were wanting to buy the Ogo toilet, well, Campera also sell them. All right, guys, those are our top 5 sort of Black Friday specials over on the Campera website. Now, they don't only sell those 5 products, they sell heaps of other caravan accessories on the website. You can scan this code. You would have seen these codes on all of the segments in this episode. That's just making it a lot easier for you to scan. That code takes you directly to that product on the website. If you add in JVR5 at checkout, you can save yourself even more money. But they do inner drive gear, they do Sirocco fans, there's all bits and pieces on there for you to have a look at if you're interested and you're wanting to do an upgrade on your caravan. But that's it for this episode. We appreciate you watching this. This episode was made so we can purely just help you guys out that are doing some work on the caravans, upgrading caravans. But from myself, Sue and Bobby, guys, take care, and we'll see you in the next episode. See ya.